sort of the process you guys as a staff do in terms of looking down the roster and seeing guys that you might want to, I guess, almost pluck up for bigger roles, like maybe those two, Hayden Hurst, Kyle Markway types?
I mean, as a coach, you evaluate players, whether they're offensive or defensive. I mean, I evaluate our defensive line when I was a line coach, our linebackers, our secondary, and I said, man, he'll be a great fullback, or he'll be a great tight end, or, you know, this guy will, might be better suited to this position. Early in the year, I think back in the summer, but actually all the way back in the spring, you know, Darius English wasn't a big contributor over there on defense. I said, well, put him at tight end. You know, we got a guy over there that's long and lean, and he's one of the strongest players on the team. Just because he's not generating a strong play over there at this point doesn't mean we can't utilize him over here on the offensive side. And so I think that's what you got to do. You've got to try to take your best players and put them in the best position to go out there and be successful.
For the back, Rick.
Shawn, does it seem like you spent this entire season on the road?
It really does. It's been a tiring season. You know, to come back and finally realize you got 3 home games left starting this week in Florida, you say, wow, you know, what happened earlier in the year? And, you know, playing in Charlotte, and then you had the LSU. Yeah, it doesn't even seem like we've been here. It's really just been kind of an odd season in that sense. But we're glad to be back at home. So excited. I think in the last couple of weeks we brought a little bit of excitement back to our fan base, or so it seems. And I think they're hungry to see us play again. I think they're anxious to see us play in Williams-Brice Stadium against a great Florida football team. And I want those guys to be here and be. I mean, I'd love it to be sold out, and I'd love it to be as loud as can be. It's going to be a beautiful Saturday, and I think we all need it.
Both you and Coach McElwain have coaching backgrounds at the FCS level, but he spent about 15 years in the Big Sky Conference. Of course, you coached in the Southern Conference with App State. How did coaching at that level prepare you for being a head coach here at the Power 5 conference level?
At that level, you do everything. You do everything. When I say everything, I was O-line coach, I was a walk-on coordinator, I ran the summer camps, I was the academic liaison. At times I was equipment manager, sometimes I drove the bus. I mean, you know, you do so much, and so many are dependent upon you. You don't take it for granted. So when you jumped into this situation like I was at the spur of the moment, like I said, I've been planning to do this my entire career. It didn't matter what level I was coaching at. But while I was at Appalachian State, I had all those things. And I always thought it was going to come back and help me, because you can relate to so many people. You know, when you go sit over there across from the Dean of Students and talk to them about an academic situation or the housing, and talk to them about roommates and pairing them up and how you want to do that in a dorm situation. And you can get housing, academics, athletics, and then you got food services you've got to go deal with, about 2-a-day meals. So we didn't have all that. When you can coordinate those type of people and put them all together and formulate a great successful plan, then that certainly helps you.
I'd like you, at least if you could, share maybe what you say to them at halftime, and as a part B, are there guys on the ball club that you lean upon to maybe provide that internal motivation as they get back out on the field?
Well, you know, you go in, you talk about the first half mistakes and what we need to do to correct the mistakes. And then as it lingers on, you get more towards the motivational, and then you bring your team together and you pinpoint what exactly could have been had we done this. You may point out a defensive scheme or the fourth down play that we didn't throw it to Walton on. You say, look at it, guys, it's 17-3 right here. We squandered a fourth down opportunity. We've given up 2 easy drives in the first 2 possessions of the game. I said, other than that, you know, this team's just, you know, they're not just overly powering us out there today. I said, if we go and minimize our mistakes and we put forth the best effort that we can, we're going to get ourselves right back in the ball game. And I may have referenced it before. You've got to see the players' eyes. You've got to let them know. When I say you've got to see their eyes, you've got to look them in the eyes, and they've got to believe in what you're telling them. You can't have a guy over in the back corner here thinking about, you know, something else. We're down 17-3. If you engage that football team, and I mean really engage them with your eyes, and you can look at them across the room, and you can feel they believe in what you're saying, then you've got a good chance to go out.